Hey guys, what's up? And this is TFVGaming, and Next Gen is going to release December the 4th, and more news comes up on 24th of November. But EA has released finally some screenshots, some pictures that we can look at and analyze how good the game looks compared to the previous ones. The Next Gen game has some next level graphics, and honestly I can't wait to try it out when the game finally arrives and make videos on it. Until then, let's discuss what changes can we expect and whatever EA has released officially and what we already know. Before we start this video, I would like to remind you that you can always click the subscribe button to stay updated with all the Next Gen news, all the FIFA 21 Next Gen content, and every little secret thing that you won't find anywhere on the internet. We make brand new videos almost every day with detailed examinations and extensive research, so go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like it. Alright, so EA released these images on Twitter the other day, and I'm going to analyze them one by one. Next Gen is a topic that not everybody understands, and I'm going to make it as clear as possible for you guys. Okay, so the first up is this Mbappe image. Analyzing it closely, it is obvious that there are changes in the hair engine. If you look closely, the hair engine has completely changed and there is more detail compared to the previous one. In this current engine, we used to have cards for hairs, for example many different hair strands on one card, that is, and that used to give us a card shaped look while in the game. But now it looks like EA are moving towards an actual hair engine inside Frostbite, which I believe is very good for the development, because hair is generally one of the biggest aspects in the world of football, with about thousands of hairstyles being changed every day by Ronaldo or Pogba alone. To have a hair engine will always help. There's no official details on this, but certainly looks like by this image that we're gonna get detailed hairs in the game soon. Talking about the sweat meme, that is the amount of sweat on players being increased in the Next Gen to make it look more cool. I'll tell you the truth, when you open the files of the game you can spot a sweat texture, which is this. This texture is responsible for all the sweat on players. If you look closely, the texture is the exact same in the image as well as the texture in FIFA 19, FIFA 20, FIFA 21. I don't think so that the sweat lines have changed, and they will be an exact copy for all 11 players, but we can always expect and hope that this is a preview image and the main Next Gen game will be an improvement. But I can say this seems slightly lazy from them to use just one texture for the sweat in the game when it comes for the Next Gen as well. Looking at the Joao Felix image, same can be said, since you can see he has a lot of hair to compare to Mbappe, and you can see the hair engine here too. I could go wrong with the new hair engine, but you can tell me yourself. Don't you think that this looks very different to the card system that we always have? I know man, I can be wrong here, but I believe so this is some improvement that we need to take notice of. Another thing that was changed inside this image was the cloth or the jersey or the kit, whatever you want to call it. The cloth system, if you might have noticed, has changed inside FIFA 21 in the current gen already, and it was causing a lot of bugs since it's a new thing. And the cloth system can be noticed in the current gen behaving a little different to FIFA 20, FIFA 19. So these cloth behaviors are now moving on to the Next Gen, which evidently is visible in these images now. The changing of the cloth simulation is pure speculation from my side, but it is very easily visible and can be spotted by anyone if you just take slight notice. Now moving on to the Alexander-Arnold image, and this image is also another example of the sweat pattern I was talking about. As you can see, it is the same since the last 3 games, and I already see it in these images as well. But we can always expect an improvement in these textures until the game arrives. The hair I was talking about is also spotted in his beard, looking very different to what it looks in the game right now. I can also speculate the way they are rendering the eyes are different. It looks like there are layers behind the cornea and the iris, but I won't, because you never know how EA actually shows screenshots and then in the game it might look the same, so I'm not going as far as that. One thing I'm noticing is a clear lack of subsurface scattering, like this part of the ear should let the light go through since it's quite thin. This is a thing that happens in real life where the light goes through people's faces, hands, and it's called subsurface scattering, and to me it looks quite upsetting to not find it in this image, since it's the next generation of gaming and we expect everything top quality. Moving on to the new stadium lighting, and straight up I can tell you that there is way more volumetric lighting, since you can see how the light forms a big beam of particles, and this is called volumetric lighting if you don't know about it, and it has the name because it has volume in it. So it is the closest you can get to real life stadium lighting, while in the current gen it's flat lighting, which causes a lot of washed out images as people complain about it. But if you look at this shot, you can clearly see how bright the volumetric light is, since it's making the fields pop out and look way brighter than what we have currently. You can also notice the increase of the flags in the crowds, which is obvious because the next generation of gaming consoles can handle more people, more polygons, more textures at once, since they contain all the hardware that is necessary for such things. Moving on to the image of Parc des Princes, and you can see the volumetric lighting being demonstrated again at the edge of the stadium, and there are a bunch of textures on this part as well, you can see, which are causing these white spots to make it look irregular. And you can also spot a new color of the sky. I think this is the dusk time around 5 PM to 6 PM. I really like the new orange purple look they've gone with. Again, in this shot you can see how obvious crowd is more detailed and it can handle more polygons. Some more changes happened this week with celebrities coming to the FIFA franchise, which is new for the FIFA franchise for once. And some face updates were also made inside the PC version, and I'll let the footage play in the background so you can see that for yourself.